Hey guys, I'm Rich from NeoWin, and today we are unboxing the Lenovo Flex 6 11-inch. So this is a budget device. It's one of the lower end devices that I've reviewed, in fact. So I'm not sure what to expect from it, because most of the laptops that companies send me, they have a Core i5, i7, 8 gigs of RAM. This guy's got a Celeron N4000, which is dual core. 2 gigs of RAM, Windows 10 Home, 11.6 display, HD 1366 by 768. So, I'm not sure how I'm going to work this into my daily life. It's a convertible device, and it comes in at $329.99. So you can see this thing is tiny. It doesn't come in a fancy box, which shouldn't really be a surprise given the price. It is a consumer device, so as I usually point out, business devices usually just come in that brown box like that, and consumer devices usually have a fancier box. And this one, I guess they're cutting costs a little bit. We can see the chargers in here. All right, this should be hopefully USB Type-C. No, it's a standard pin charger. Okay, and we can see ports on the side. We have HDMI, USB Type-A. We do have USB Type-C power button. Over here, we have our power port, USB Type-A headphone jack, SD card slot. So I assume that we do have the option of charging between the pin and the USB Type-C port. Every time I see a USB Type-C port, it does support charging as well. So the design is pretty typical for what we'd find on a Lenovo Flex device. The curved keys here, which are still very comfortable to type on, given that $349 price point. Bezels are quite large, and that's again given the price point. We're signed in with a Lenovo account out of the box. It's not great with anti-glare. If we kind of bend this a little bit, we can see it a little better. Yeah, big bezels on top, on the sides, and yeah, that's your standard Lenovo wallpaper for a consumer type device like this. And we can see if we go into settings, and you can feel it's not the fastest machine in the world, which that's what you get with the dual core Celeron. There are higher end SKUs. It comes with like I said, 2 gigs of RAM, 64 gigabytes of onboard storage. I think the real selling point here is that price. Trying to load the about screen. You can see that there's a lot of lag throughout the OS here. We can see in the about section here what exactly we have. 1.1 gigahertz dual core Celeron, 2 gigs of RAM, 1.83 gigs usable. And there is no pen support. There's touch support, obviously, for a convertible device like this. There's no pen support, which that's another cost-cutting measure. I pointed out, I reviewed the Yoga 730 recently, and the thing about that is that has the pen support, and it's just in the mid-range at about, I think it was about $850, and it doesn't come with the pen. So you can cut costs by not including the pen, but you can cut costs even more by not including pen support at all. So this is all pretty bare bones. I mean, I think if we, does this not bring up the on-screen keyboard? You might have to just use the regular keyboard. If we look at the Windows version, it should be Windows 10 Home. And this is actually the kind of machine that you would expect. By the way, it ships with version 1803, which is pretty remarkable. But yeah, Windows 10 Home, this is the kind of machine that you would expect to ship in S mode. It's that budget home machine that you're really going to want to run those store apps on, because really, if you try to do any kind of major work on here, you're not doing any kind of Photoshop. In fact, you probably don't even want to run Chrome with 2 gigs of RAM. So, I mean, again, I'm not really sure. It feels like it's something that's better for someone that's going back to school. If you don't need to use a split screen view, then the screen size is okay for you, because really I like a bigger screen because on one side I'll usually have a source that I'm working from, and on the other side I'm writing my article. We can see there's some Lenovo software here. Lenovo App Explorer, which is not on everything. Lenovo Utility. Lenovo Vantage is on all Lenovo devices. That's where you get your drivers and your firmware updates. We have McAfee, which Lenovo seems to include on all of its consumer devices these days, which kind of sucks. All the other bloatware that's here seems to be from Microsoft. And that's Candy Crush Saga, Candy Crush Soda Saga, Disney Magic Kingdoms, Office for that matter, Hidden City. And by the way, I don't personally consider Office to be bloatware because I install Office on all of my PCs, but it is pre-installed software. So it's probably something you're going to end up using, but it's there. But yeah, so Microsoft installs all of these store apps. So the lack of third-party software from Lenovo is admirable here because that is something that you tend to see in these more inexpensive devices. But we can see it's pretty light, it's pretty thin, weighs 2.75 pounds, which is, I mean, it's not the lightest. Like the X1 Carbon is 2.5 pounds, and if you're going for really thin and light, that's 2.5 pounds is kind of what you want to shoot for. But this is I'd say it's good for students that are going back to school. They might break it, but it's cheap, so it's easily replaceable. Easy for them to carry around in their backpack, whatever. But yeah, that's all I got right now on the Flex 6 11-inch. And what I'm really excited to do though is kind of see how it fits this bare bones type of convertible machine, what I could do with it, because obviously, like I said, I need a bigger screen for work. Most PCs that I use, I'm working on, and most of my workflows I really couldn't even do on this machine. And that's kind of why I accepted it to review, because I want to see, it kind of challenges me to get used to machines that I'm not used to working on. So I'll have more on that in probably about a month, although I have a lot of devices to review. It could be more like 6 weeks. But that's it for now. I'm Rich from NeoWin. Have a great night.